So that would say many of the kids with depression have been bipolar depression have been in many childhood traumas, being as a foster care would too. Foster care kid would too. So he would have the emotional, social, and abusive trauma from being in a childhood. Now that could that could even lead to depression and bipolar. So, aging out of the system. The term aging out refers to a child within state's foster care system who is still in the system when they reach the age of majority and they have graduated from high school. Children who have aged out have not found permanency with an adoptive family, became adopted, or reunified with their birth families. They have not been able to return to their biological parents. Turning 18 usually signals more beginnings than endings. The arrival of the age of majority in some states, voting rights, the freedom to make decisions to many important domains, and also the beginning of college. After reaching the age of 18, 20% of children who were in the foster care will become instantly homeless. And children is only 1 out of every 2 foster kids who reach the age out of the system will have some form of gainful unemployment by the age of 24. And there is less than a 3% chance for children who have aged out of foster care to earn a college degree at any point of their life. 7 out of 10 girls who aged out of the foster care system will become pregnant before the age of 21. Now, so being on the education slide, as I said, there's less than 3% of a child who's aged out of foster care to even get a college degree. Now, facing substance dependent, many children out of the foster system use drugs to cope with abuse, mental health issues, traumas, and maltreatment, being as they can also be depressed, and that's how they cope with the stuff, because they don't find a way where they can make themselves happy, make themselves stable for life. So there are 447,000 children in America's foster care system. Many face risks of being incarcerated. So it says, that they have more of a higher percentage rate of being incarcerated than what a regular teenager would that wasn't in the system. Foster care, now in conclusion, foster care affects children in many ways, and being education by some kids performing lower than the average of their classmates physically and mentally. Children in the foster care face many problems. They have higher rates of being diagnosed with a mental health issue like anxiety, some depression, PTSD. And physically and mentally, children in the foster care have may have mental health problems like anxiety and depressive symptoms or general mental difficulties, and their overall health care of children may have established in care for more than 6 months and significant worse than the others living in their own homes. Socially, foster kids have higher numbers of teen pregnancies, more marriages to spouse who fail to provide emotional support, the greater social isolation than the general population. Criminally, arrest rates for male former foster children are between 25 and 35%, but have been reported to be over 40%. Financially, about 25% of former foster children receive public assistance at some point as adults. 60 to 70% of former foster kids are living independently, adequate houses. Homelessness. The number of former foster kids among the homeless may suggest the efforts have fallen short to provide